Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to Frankie's Views podcast. Podcast number 23 with Miss Kailee in his house. Doing those little sound effect things. How are you doing today, Kailee?
Fabulous. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired from work. I hate working.
The usual.
Yeah, the usual. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Thank you for coming on, taking time out of your day to come on. I should have just this all before I even started recording. So I told you to prepare your two truths, one lie. How I start every single podcast with every single guest. Did you prepare them?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm prepared.
Read them. I'm ready to guess. Am I gonna know the
Okay.
answer?
I don't think you do.
Okay.
I tried to consider that when I made them, so we'll see. Okay. So I have been cliff diving 3 times. I have been to 4 different countries, and I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice.
Ooh, which one's a lie? The first one's a lie.
The cliff diving?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Dang it. I was like, what do I want to do? I would like to go cliff diving, but I'm too scared to. So
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know if I could picture you cliff diving. I mean, maybe, but okay, so you have a bachelor's? That's pretty cool. In what?
criminal justice.
Criminal justice. I did not even know that.
Even though my job doesn't have anything to do with what my degree is in, but I still needed to have a degree to get my job, so it counts.
And then you've been to 4 different countries.
Yes. Canada, Mexico, London, and Ireland.
Ooh. I have my notes right here. So tell us, how have you been dealing with the pandemic?
I feel like I'm kind of a black sheep in the sense that I haven't done anything differently. I still travel all the time. Like last year I went to Mexico, I went to Cabo, I went to California. Like this year I'm going to Texas on my birthday in a few days. I'm going to Alaska this year. I'm going to the Maldives this year. I'm just doing it. I don't know. I'm healthy. I don't have any lung issues. Work out a lot, and I don't think I have a strong enough immune system.
Everyone stay out of the comments saying, people are in the comments saying, how dare you? How dare she travel?
I know. I mean, I do
Leave
the
her
normal
alone.
stuff. Like, I wash my hands. I'm not being crazy, and I wear my mask, but the second I can take that thing off to breathe, I'm breathing.
I got like an email today, or a text message today. Actually, let me read it because it's actually pretty funny. Right? It's about that. I'm Jess with Working America. CDC study says wearing 2 masks block 93% of particles from escaping in the air. Will you pledge to double your mask? I'm like, I could barely wear one.
I know, I can
What?
barely wear one.
Freaking crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm already stressed about the flight to the Maldives because it's like 22 hours total. So the first stretch is 15 hours. I'm like, I don't think I can wear a mask for 15 hours. But I found a loophole. I'll bring a blanket and put it over my head.
Loopholes are always great. So I guess I answered my next question for you, or for my next question to you was, did you have any plans that COVID ruined for you? But it doesn't seem like it.
Well, it did last year. I had a whole trip to New Zealand planned with an awesome Airbnb and flights and everything. And then Corona hit and all of that was canceled. So we went to Mexico instead. But I honestly think Mexico is handling it better in certain places than we are, in the sense that if you go into a resort, you literally have to get in this thing that's like a standing shower and slowly turn around, and it sprays you with like antibacterial. And then anytime you walk in and out of a restaurant, hotel, anything, you have to get on this like sanitary mat and then wipe your feet off, and you have to hand sanitize every time you go in. And so, yeah, they're kind of crazy about it.
Yeah, sounds like it. Over here, we just like don't care. We're just like, hey.
Yeah, over here it's just like wear your mask and you're good, which is fine, but Yeah, they're pretty nuts about it. They're like holding the hand sanitizer to your face. Like you can't move until you use that stuff. You can't enter anywhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Mexico. Flights are so cheap right now too.
Oh yeah.
That's like $100,
Oh yeah.
$190 like round trip.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'm going to Cancun in September.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's St. Patty's Day, right?
Yes.
That's why I made you wear green. I kind of wore green too,
Yes.
but St.
I
Patty's
wanted to
Day
wear bright.
episode. Do you have any plans for your St. Patty's Day?
Unfortunately, no. I'm like, I gotta pack and get everything ready, drop my dog off because then we leave for my birthday, which has always kind of sucked because when I did turn 21, nobody wanted to come out for my birthday because everyone was too hungover from St. Patty's Day. And now that I am 21, I usually go out like over 21. I usually go out on St. Patty's and then I don't want to do anything on my birthday. But so this year, Sean and Ramon, they planned it just right to where, well, we're traveling at 7:15 a.m. on your birthday. So I can't really get wild on St. Patty's if I have to wake up at like 4 a.m. for a flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to Texas? Or Texas?
I don't know. It's supposed to be a surprise. Yeah, surprise trip. And I shouldn't have known Texas, but then Sean slipped and said Texas. So now I know it's Texas.
So speaking of St. Patty's Day, if you found a four-leaf clover, what would your wish be?
Ooh, I think my wish would be to finally own our house in San Diego because that's our end game. That's where we want to live in Ocean Beach, San Diego.
You have a guest house, I'll go move in.
Yeah, right. Well,
so
you certainly have a guest room, but it might be like one of those Murphy beds that fold down because the place is going to be real small.
So we're have some questions that you kind of answered already. I was like, do you have any plans for St. Patty's Day? Obviously, your birthday's in a couple of days. Do you have any birthday traditions?
Ooh, I feel like I should. I don't really. I always want to take a trip, or have like a really big party. I do that almost every year. But since I turned 30, everything went downhill every birthday I tried to plan. So that's why this year, Sean and Ramon were like, oh, it'll be a surprise trip, whatever, whatever. So I've always had something big. I don't know if that's a tradition, but I guess I don't know. Like everyone, we have to do this.
So tell the viewers and myself, because I don't really know the story, about how you and Sean met.
Oh,
You're all.
that's a pretty funny one. I really like telling it. And Sean always rolls his eyes. We met in college. We went to two different colleges through friends of friends at a party. But the first time I saw him, I immediately was like, that guy is a douchebag. Like, I just hated him right off the bat. We were just playing beer pong and I'm just trying to, chatty conversation me. And he was just not having it in his like tight V-neck shirt. Looks like he's a football player and he's drinking Jameson out of the bottle. I'm like, I hate you so much. I really did. And then eventually we ran into each other out on the balcony and finally started talking about music. And that's how we connected. And he eventually asked for my number. And then later on, he texted me saying I missed drunk sledding. And so I texted him back saying, am I the girl you're going to text every time you're drunk doing something stupid? And he said, now you are. And I was like, I hate this guy. and the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I never heard that story. Yeah, pretty awesome. Do you have any advice for any married people or people looking to get married? Because how long have you guys been married for?
It'll be 9 years in May.
Okay, yeah, so good. Do you have advice for any married people or people wanting to get married?
I would say communication is key. You have to be able to talk about anything and everything all the time. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's my main thing. Otherwise, I say go through something traumatic together, but that sounds a little intense.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so let's just stick with communication. You got to communicate.
yeah, and we're just talking about traveling too. What's the favorite place, your favorite place that you've traveled to?
Ireland,
Just curious.
definitely.
Why?
So I've always wanted to go to Ireland. I love islands in general, but that place in particular with like its rocky cliffs and everything, I always wanted to see that. And their seafood chowder is the best thing I've ever had in my entire life. I just want to go back there just for that. And believe it or not, the place that I had the best seafood chowder was at a restaurant called the Bloody Stream. Yep. Yep. And it had this big like throne type of chair and it was really cool.
That's not, what's yeah, I don't like seafood, so almost like
Oh God, that
you're not really
chowder.
convincing me. Just
No.
kidding.
Otherwise then the views and I don't like beer, but Guinness over there is like a chocolate shake. It's the best thing I've ever had in my life. Oh my gosh. But here it's just garbage. It's too coffee for me. I don't drink coffee. I don't like it. But over there it's like it's out of this world, something totally different. So if you
Okay,
like
so
beer.
yeah, I mean, I don't like the dark beer though.
Me neither. That's why it was so exciting.
What's the least favorite place you've been to?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Ooh. Um, Sacramento.
Really?
I mean, I lived there, but like the summers are just so brutal. Like
Really?
110 all the time, and the fires are unreal. Like you're just coughing, it's just a haze. Yeah, I don't like Northern California inland. Put me on the coast, the coast is fine, but yeah, Sacramento and stuff like that, it's just too hot and dry.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. 110.
Yeah. I can never take my Jeep top off. I always had to have the air on because I'm like, it's just too hot.
Do you have any funny travel stories or like a funny travel story?
It's not appropriate.
That's fine.
Like, it's have to be an appropriate story.
Does
Um,
it?
uh, I can't tell that to viewers. That one's too bad. Oh,
Well, we'll talk after.
yeah. I really don't know. I can't say. I mean, I don't really necessarily know if it's a travel story, but when I lived in New Mexico and Sean was deployed, I went out with some friends and uh, apparently they got video of me dancing in the car. And then this video of me laying on the ground with my dog. And I just was like, this is my life now. Like, and everyone saved that picture. And they're like, Kaylee, you were so content. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's the most appropriate story I can tell.
I'm gonna tell you send me the picture of me. That way when you say that I could just pop it up on the screen.
Yeah. I could do that. I mean, I look kind of nice in it.
What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Most spontaneous. I guess travel. I went with my best friend Leah to Vegas for just 24 hours. And I was like, yeah, let's go do that. And then we made it back here. I had been up for 26 hours and I felt sick. And then we stayed here for one day. And then the next day we're like, let's go to Arizona. Well, maybe we'll go here and go there. And we ended up going back to Minnesota, but it was just a random like few days where we're like, yeah, let's just get on the plane and go. Made no sense. I mean, I think about it now and I'm like, okay.
What was the reason?
um, well, our friend was having a birthday party in Vegas and Leah's like, well, we haven't seen her in a long time. I go, yeah, I don't even really talk to her anymore. She's like, yeah, do you want to surprise her? I'm like, whatever. So we
Down.
did. Yeah, I mean, we had no hard feelings. Not like I disliked the girl whose birthday it was, but I'm like, I never talked to her. And I guess I'll show up in Vegas for her birthday. Hey, and just did.
You imagine that someone like you just haven't talked to him forever, your friends just show up and you're just like, all the way from out of state. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. What the heck's going on?
like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. I guess the other spontaneous thing was actually pretty recent. When I was in Cozumel, I wanted to get in the pool really bad, but I didn't feel like walking all the way back to the place to change. And I was just in a dress. I'm like, we're going for it. And just everyone's looking at me, they're like, really? I'm like, yep, come on, everybody just get in.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive into a little deep talk.
Okay, good, because I
Second.
feel like my stories are so boring.
No, they're
Okay.
good. What is your biggest fear?
Drowning.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Have you ever drowned before?
I think if I drowned, I wouldn't be here, but
Well, not like died, but like, you know, like you kind of drown yourself or something like.
No, I did have an experience once when I was in Michigan. I was younger, and the water was really cold in this lake that we were in. I think it was Crystal Lake. And I mean, I was probably like 8 or 9, and I was swimming out, and then before I knew it, I couldn't touch, which was no big deal. But then I realized how cold the water was, and my muscles really started to seize up, and I'm like, crap, I got to get back because I'm too cold. But I was also kind of fighting a current. So I kind of had a moment of like, we might not make it here because I feel like I couldn't move because I like froze.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how to swim, so I'm there with you. I actually was
I'm not a strong swimmer by any means. I can promise you that. But
I have a story where like I was drowning, but my cousins thought like I was just like having fun, like messing around. I mean, we were like 12 years old, and I was like fighting for my life, and they're like, "We thought you were just splashing around and having fun." I was like, "No, I was literally dying."
what? Splashing around, having fun? What? I don't see any like water toys here. Fun.
What do you think is your biggest accomplishment? Or what is your
running? Running 2 half marathons.
Okay.
Yeah, I did 2 in 1 year, and that felt really good.
Yeah, you do run a lot, huh?
Yeah, I have since like taken it down a notch because my hip started to hurt really bad. But yeah, I did 2 half marathons in 1 year. And then the following year I kept doing it. It was funny. I went backwards. So I did a 10-mile race, then an 8-mile trail run, then a 6-mile race, then a 5K. And at the 5K, it was the Wonder Woman 5K downtown Denver. And they were saying like, make some noise if it's your first 5K. And I'm like, yeah. And my friend knows half marathons. And I'm like, yeah, but I've never ran a 5K. Like in a race, form.
Hey, I don't think I could run. I could run like a solid 2 miles before I just like start dying.
That's still pretty good. Not a lot of people can even do that if they're not runners.
I'm not a good runner at all. I just pretend like Shake Shack or In-N-Out's just like right there. I'm just almost there.
You like see someone else coming, you're like, yeah, I'm going. They pass you, like, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like fighting for my life. I'm just dying. Do you believe in astrology, or do you think it's just like one big?
I don't know enough about it.
Okay, I guess me either. Like,
Honestly.
but like, do you read like your horoscope or anything?
No.
Oh,
I do think my horoscope's wrong because I'm a Pisces and I'm not a good swimmer. So I think that's a bunch of crap. Because then Sean, I don't know what the heck he is. I don't know if you know. His birthday's in May 12th. So I don't know if, well, out there, whoever knows what that is. He's the best swimmer I've ever seen. It's ridiculous. I'm like, well, we should like switch signs then because I'm supposed to be a swimmer and I don't swim. Like, I guess I'm also not really around a ton of water since I've been living in the desert for a while.
He's a Taurus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know.
I know. I was like, I know it's a type of car, but it wasn't a really good car. So
we're just gonna say no.
Yeah, we're just gonna say no.
No, I think it's funny. Like when I read my horoscope, and I'm like, this is stupid. Like every other month, it's like you're gonna find the love of your life, and I'm like,
you're like, it's the other month. Where is it?
I'm a Sagittarius. I don't know what that is. I think that's like half man, half horse.
Oh, that's sexy.
Do you believe in aliens? Or you don't know enough about them?
Well, Right? Are we talking illegal aliens or like out in outer space? I do and I don't. I mean, space it's just too big. There has to be something else out there. But I also think if something is out there, it's probably way too advanced to care about us. So all these, like all the movies and people thinking like the aliens are going to come. I'm like, why would they? They got enough going on and they probably have way better technology than we do. Why would they want our planet? I mean, yeah, I don't think they're going to bother us.
It's weird to think like if they do exist, like their technology is like more advanced than ours. And I think we have pretty like advanced technology.
Yeah, I
Like,
just don't think we have like the resources to make it happen. Like, you know how Elon Musk wants to build a elevator to the moon?
oh, he
Like,
wants to build a whole elevator? I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah, like that's cool. But, he's looked into like the different metals you would need and all of that, like what would bend, what would whatever. Again, I've only heard a little bit about, but I'm like, yeah, but we don't have enough technology for that. Like
I think an escalator might be more appropriate because at least if you get stuck, you can just go
you
back
can
down.
That's solid. We should suggest that to him. That's solid.
I'm gonna tweet him after this interview and be like, "Yo,
Yeah,
I think an escalator
just a
might be a
small
little
one.
better."
Oh, that's funny.
If you had a time machine, would you travel to the past or to the future?
I think I'd want to go to the past
I think
because
I would.
I'm kind of nervous for where our future's going. I mean, that's a little bit more in depth, but I would like to go to the past because I kind of like, I don't know, I guess I like the old traditions, the old ways. I think like it was a simpler time, and I actually really do believe that. I'm like, I would love to just live on a farm with hundreds of acres and it takes me like 20 minutes to ride my horse and carriage into town. And town is like 8 stores. Like it's just everything's simpler. Like that's your life. You don't think about anything else. And I don't know.
You're like with your dress frolicking through the prairie. Just
Yeah,
like-
through the prairie. Or I'd have like, what is it, like the hula hoop and a stick and push that down the road.
You're just like making butter. I don't even know. Is that how you make butter?
Yeah, I'd probably be more ripped back in the day. That's true. Churning butter, that's a workout.
Yeah, have you done it before?
No.
Turning butter? I have. Like,
Are you serious?
I don't know, like a field trip. I should go back to that place as an adult now to see like if it's still there. What are your top 3 favorite holidays?
Halloween. Definitely. Love Halloween. I watch scary movies the entire month of October. St. Patty's Day, because why not? It's awesome. And then it's the day before my birthday, which is fabulous. What would my other holiday be? Not like the only other 2 that I'm thinking of are like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and not those.
Like Flag Day?
I know. I'm like Memorial Day, Labor Day, maybe Labor Day actually, because it gives you like that 3-day weekend. Sometimes you can make it a 4-day weekend if you take the extra day off. And traveling is usually a lot more dead in September. So everything's just dead. It's great.
What is your favorite scary movie to watch during Halloween?
Ooh. Oh, I really love It, the old
Really?
ones and the
The
new
old
ones.
one?
Yeah, but I also love Halloween, like the original Halloween. I always watch that one on Halloween Day.
If you were in a scary movie, like, do you think you'd survive long?
Depends on what kind of scary movie. So I like the scary movies that are like demonic, for lack of a better phrase,
Like
or like
supernatural?
yeah, stuff that jumps out at you that doesn't make sense. Like I'm not looking for like Hostel and Saw where you're being
Oh,
tortured.
no.
Like I'm not doing that.
No,
So yeah, so I don't really know because that means you'd have to be open to like the devil and stuff. And I don't really want to think about that. So I don't really know if I'd live. I don't know.
just like getting the sage and bringing it after this interview.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I'm going to have to get something going on here.
All right. Here is my favorite part of the interviews is where I'm going to just ask you a series of questions that are just stupid. There's like no meaning behind them. They're just there. Are
Okay,
you ready?
I think.
If you could start a secret society, what kind of secret society would you start and what would your rules be?
Oh my.
It's a pretty deep
Secret
question.
society. Yeah. A secret society to
It doesn't have to be anything like crazy. It just is like
it's
be
the
super
first thing I
funny.
thought of that I actually feel like, yes, I would do that, but I feel like it's going to be inappropriate. Going to get a lot of comments. Might
That's
make you a
like
little famous. I would start a secret society to debunk religions. And the rules would be that you cannot go out, kind of like Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club. Rule 2, you don't talk about Fight Club. You don't go out and project it. You just take those feelings and you keep it in the society, and that's where they stay. And once you come up with enough factual evidence, then you're allowed to be like, hey, guess what? This is what I've discovered.
Here are the facts.
Right. Here are the facts. Exactly.
That's so funny because my next question is, what is the dumbest fact you know?
The dumbest facts I know. I know that koalas carry chlamydia. I know, oh gosh, I feel like I know so many stupid things. I know that you have to disconnect a battery in a car before changing a spark plug.
I
Is
mean, I
it a
don't think that's
spark?
a dumb fact.
But I feel like not a lot of, I don't know. I guess it's not. That's true. I feel like not a lot of people would know or think about it. Like, not everyone changes their own spark plugs. Gosh, I I know that women have a fallopian tube.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
See? I know it. I know that. Oh,
I mean, those are good ones.
I know. I'm
We
like, I
can move
wish I
on.
knew so many other things. I'm like,
I
where's
like
Sean? You give me so many facts right now.
he's like holding up boards or like a
Yeah,
teleprompter.
wish.
He's like
Write
typing your
my
teleprompter.
answers.
I feel like if I was on the spot too, I wouldn't know like any dumb facts. Like I learned the fact today that the state Connecticut, their population has the same population as Denver, which is like 8 million people, I think.
So the entire state of Connecticut has the same
Yeah.
population just as the city of Denver.
Yes.
Wow, that's disturbing.
I know. And I'm like, I think Denver's so small. Like, imagine how much smaller you would feel in like Connecticut.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I knew Denver was big. I didn't know it was that big. Jeez.
If you had a time capsule and someone opened it in like 50 years, what are they going to find in it?
Um,
In your
Probably
time.
journals from when I was younger, because I actually still have those. I started journals when I was like 10 or 11.
What did you write in them? Like Dear Diary? Or you just...
It was Dear Journal. Dear Journal. A lot of like emotional things because my parents were getting divorced. So I went through that whole emo stage when I was a teenager. What was me? I'm going to listen to this mean music, whatever. And my opinions on things, like if I was mad, people you don't like, because that's easy when you're a teenager, like Mean Girls, kind of like my own personal burn book. I think they would also find clothes because I have a lot of clothes, and some clothing items I will hold on to. I mean, there's clothes that I have since high school and I'll never get rid of them.
Really?
So yeah, I mean, they still fit. They're still good. I'm like, I love this. I'm not getting rid of it. And I got a lot of clothes.
My next question is actually about fashion. What's the most embarrassing outfit you've ever worn?
Ooh. On purpose?
Yes.
Well,
Or like if there was like a fad, I guess, or like a trend when you were younger that you're like wore.
I guess I have been kind of thinking about this lately, and I mean, I want to say they're kind of making a comeback, but in a different way. Do you remember like those sweaters that were like just really long that basically came down almost to your knees? Just, yeah, like really long sweaters. I used to wear those a lot because that was like in fashion in high school. And I remember when they like just died instantly and I was wearing one and I'm like, what happened to them? Like they're gone. So I just like remember going home, like getting all of my long sweaters and just like, we're out of here. We're out of here. We can't be a loser.
Do you hear that on like Gen Z is trying to counsel like skinny jeans? Like I didn't know that was a thing until like the other night, and I was like, why? Like why?
They're trying to cancel them?
Well, they're like make fun of you if you wear skinny jeans and if you like part your hair on the side.
I have heard the hair parting. I have heard that. And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm behind the times. But it's been so long, I don't think I can part it in the middle anymore.
Yeah, like it's just like stupid, ridiculous things. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting old if this is like.
Yeah, because I don't want to wear bell bottoms again.
Yeah,
like that's too much.
I also feel just like skinny jeans like barely just happens.
Me too. Because if skinny jeans are out, are leggings still in? It's pretty much the same thing. So, because everyone has jeggings, I don't get it.
I'm gonna have a segment on my podcast and be like, ask a Gen Zer and have like a Gen Zer on hat.
Perfect.
If animals could talk, which one would be the best to hang out with?
My dog.
Your dog.
Yes.
I think cats would be pretty cool to hang out with. I feel like they're just like chill. And then just like we'll talk stuff about other people and stuff.
Exactly.
Like
I don't trust them. Because as soon as you're leaving the room, they're talking shit about you too.
Damn cats.
Exactly.
What is the worst name you could give to a baby? To a child. Like the ugliest name.
I do not like the name Raoul. I think that's just awful. Raoul. Like, why would you use that name? Why? I was just thinking about the name Gretchen the other day, but I'm like, Gretchen might not be that bad. Because then I also don't like, I think Jolene is awful.
You don't like Jolene?
No, but I think it's also
Jolene.
No, I think it's also because I have a client and her name's Jolene and she's just so dumb. I'm like, Jolene, every time she sends me an email, I yell, Jolene, nobody wants to be friends with you. So I really don't like her name anymore. She tainted it for me. So yeah, definitely Raoul though. Like, what is that? It's awful.
Jolene, if you're watching this podcast, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Oh my God. Sorry, Raoul.
Sorry, Raoul's in the world.
Right.
If you had the power to make something illegal, what would it be?
Illegal?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Illegal.
It could be anything.
Well, anything I say is going to be controversial, which is fine. But I guess I would like to make hunting illegal unless it's deer because they're incredibly overpopulated. But otherwise, I kind of feel bad when things that have a conscience are killed.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because, I mean, people obviously they've killed elephants and we're like, well, that's wrong, whatever. So I just feel like all hunting would be nice to stop.
Does that include fishing?
No, unless it's a mammal. So like dolphins, obviously. Shark, like those whales, they have a conscience. But like you're talking like grouper, bass, tuna, they don't know. They're just floating around living life, not knowing what the heck they're doing. And they're popping out babies like by the millions. So
we kind of have that in common where I'm just like floating through life too, not knowing what I'm doing either.
Me too. Rambling man, wherever the wind blows me.
Maybe I'm a fish.
Right?
All right, I have a few more and then we're finished. If there was a movie about you, which actress would you want to have play you?
Mila Kunis or Michelle Rodriguez.
I can see Mila Kunis play you.
You think so?
Yeah.
I look like her, right? Yeah. So Mila for like her personality. Sometimes I just feel like like I've read interviews about her and her interactions with Ashton since they had a kid and everything. And I just kind of feel like I follow their line of thinking. I guess I agree with it. And then I would also say Michelle Rodriguez, because sometimes I can give off like that beastly, like I can throw 100 pounds and I never cry and whatever. So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
We'll have like one play you in like different segments of your life.
There we go. That's perfect. Perfect.
What's a weird food combo that you enjoy?
French fries and ranch. I don't know if that's weird. I like pizza and ranch. And I like egg on pizza. Scrambled egg on pizza. Yeah. Like a regular pizza. Yeah, no, seriously, like regular pizza. My favorite toppings are pineapple and green pepper and cheese on pizza. That's it. And if I could throw a scrambled egg on it, because, yeah, there's this place in Ohio I grew up in, Worcester, and it was called Cochi House, and they put scrambled egg on pizza, and I just loved it.
What you just said is going to break the internet. First of all, pineapple on pizza, and then you're going to go throw a scrambled egg on top of it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
We can't be friends anymore.
Can't even, this interview's over.
Right? Cancel.
That's insane.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad I found something that was a little bit different. I'm like, wait, yeah, this is weirder.
I mean, do you know other people who enjoy that?
Not that I know of. Anyone I tell, they give the same reaction as you. Like, unless you're going to like a brunch spot and it's like meant to be a breakfast pizza. But I'm talking like regular pizza with like marinara, the cheese, the toppings, and then scrambled egg.
Do you eat that often?
No.
Like you're just like making a scrambled egg as you ordered pizza, and then when it gets there, you just dump it on there.
Well, since on the vegan diet, I haven't had meat like in over a year. But yeah, I would scramble an egg and just put it on top of my pizza.
But you are vegan. How's that going? I guess good. It's been a year.
Yeah, it's been a year, but I've kind of tapered off just because I mostly tried it for weight loss and health. And I definitely found the things that do hurt my stomach that I stay away from, that I am sticking to vegan. But I have incorporated fish into my diet more. So every once in a while, if I want fish, I'm having fish. And then if I'm out on a vacation and I can't make my own food, I'm going to have cheese. Like, it hurts my stomach for a day, but I'm like, I gotta eat.
Gotta eat cheese. Cheese is
I mean, cheese is on everything, I swear.
You just like makes the world go round. Convinced. All right, 2 more questions. If you could bring one fairy tale creature like into the real world, like life, make them exist in the real world, who would it be?
Ooh, fairy tale creature. I guess I don't really know what constitutes a fairy tale creature, because I automatically started thinking Pixar movies.
We could do that. Cartoon.
Okay, because I thought of WALL-E. I'm like, I'd bring WALL-E back. He's a robot, so he'll last forever. You can recharge him. And I mean, he puts your trash away, so he serves a purpose. And he just seems really nice.
I don't know. I was thinking about that question too, and I was trying to think of like a fairy tale, and like I could only think of like Hansel and Gretel. Is that a fairy tale? Or like Red Riding Hood?
Yeah, that's true. So
Are
what
those
else is a fairy tale?
tales?
Like, is Snow White a fairy tale? And like Little Mermaid? Now I'm thinking Disney, so now I don't know where I'm going. I know, I'm thinking of too many just cartoons, and I think they're all fairy tales.
But like, wouldn't it be they would be fairy tales, right? Because they're fairy tale like princesses and stuff, right?
Well, right, because they're princesses. Well, we'll have to come back to this. I'll do some research.
Yeah. All right, my last question. If you wrote a book, an autobiography, what would you title it?
Would I title it? Oh gosh. First thing I thought of, and I'm just gonna say it, Baby Kailee, the brunch queen. Everyone knows what baby Kayleys are that are friends with me. They're shots that are half full or a quarter full because I don't do full shots. And the brunch queen I actually got from you. I got from Jill. I got from friends in California because I love brunch. Like, and none of you know each other really. And everyone just started calling me brunch queen. So I'm like, yes. So
You
baby
are the
Kaylee,
brunch
the
queen.
brunch queen. Yes, that's what it would be.
That is actually an awesome title. You're the brunch queen.
You can't have it. I'm patenting it.
It sounds like it could be a children's book and like an adult book.
Right? Yeah. It could go so good and so wrong in so many ways.
Like you could have like a whole series like Baby Kaylee, the brunch queen takes on Brooklyn. Like,
Takes on all the places I go. Yeah.
yeah.
And then I'll just write my inappropriate stories from my travel trips there so people can have a choice to read them instead of posting them on the internet so they're not obligated.
I like that title. That's funny. But didn't you have a shirt that did say like brunch queen or something? Like you bought
Just
one?
brunch, like
Oh, just brunch.
just in a
Okay.
fancy way. And then I actually, I did get a sweatshirt that says brunch, nap, repeat. Yeah.
What's
So,
your
yeah.
what's your favorite brunch spot right now?
The Pig and the Sprout
Oh, let's go in.
and City O City.
Oh yeah, 'cause you're
Definitely, because now it's so much easier. The vegan, like I can have everything on the menu. I don't have to like substitute. And the Pig and the Sprout has a specific tofu scramble. So I'm like, perfect. I don't have to make any substitutions. I can just get that every time and it's awesome. And obviously they have bottomless mimosas.
obviously. I know every time I hang out with like Jillian or someone, I'm like, they're like, do you want like a shot or something? I'm like, I'll take a baby Kaylee shot.
Yes, I'm so glad it's sticking.
That's
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome.
Do you have anything else you want to add? Anything
Um,
anything I missed? Just kidding.
I don't think so. I don't know. I hope I didn't offend anybody. I've never done this before.
Oh, you offended the entire world when you said you put that scrambled egg on your pizza. So.
It's too late. It's too late
It's
now.
too late.
Can't take it back. But I guess in that respect, if anyone has, your own opinion, just own it.
Yeah, like I had a worker who said he didn't like ketchup didn't belong on hot dogs, and I was like, weird flex, but okay.
Yeah.
So that's just like weird.
Yeah. Slight cringe, but I'll get over it.
Let us know your guys' gross food combos in the comments.
Yes. Someone top mine because mine's not even that gross.
Anyways, thanks for hopping on, and it was short notice, but thanks for hopping
Really, it
on.
was fun.
Yeah, I had fun, and I'm excited to see the feedback from your answers. Just kidding.
Me too.
But all right, y'all, don't forget to like and subscribe. Shout out to Kaylee for taking time out of her busy day. Woo, woo. And we will talk to you guys later.